Good afternoon, man. My name is Aaron, and I'm with... Shh! What just happened? Man, like I was saying, my name is Aaron. Oh my gosh, that's it. What?
Knock, knock.
Alright, so I have Knock Knock on the table here, and this is a simple card game in which you are going to be trying to get the cards out of your hand as fast as possible, but it won't be easy. How you're going to do that, you're going to shuffle up the cards, and you're going to deal everyone 7 cards. Once you have your 7 cards, you then will flip over a card and the game begins. Now, just like in other basic card games, you are going to be trying to match the color or the suit or symbol on the card of the card that was played just in front of you. So in this case, I need to play a 2 or a green card. And I might play that card, which is just another regular number, and then so on and so forth around the table. However, I could have played this card right here, which in this case, everyone slaps the table as fast as they can after that card is played. Whoever's the last person to slap the pile has to draw a card. Some other cards that are in the game: U-turns, reversing the direction of the game flow. Skips, so you can skip players, and those skip cards can be defended by playing additional skip cards on top of them so that you're not being skipped, but another player is being skipped. And that works as well with the +1. So you play a +1 and that next player has to draw an extra card unless they have a +1 that they can defend themselves with. And now the next player has to draw not 1 but 2 cards unless they have a skip 1, or +1, excuse me. And so on and so forth. There are cards that allow you to mute everybody at the table. So when you play one of these cards, no one at the table can make any noise with their mouths until you play another card, which could be a while because you could get skipped or you could get U-turned. Or another thing that can happen in this game, and this is something that requires you to pay attention at all times, is if someone plays a card that you have the exact replica of, so in this case a purple 3, and even if it's not your turn, you can play that card and get it out on the table before the next player gets to go. That's called cutting in, and that is legal in this game. You are allowed to do that. And so, turn order does not always go in normal direction. A couple of other things: you could play this mimic card, and whenever you play that, you have to touch your nose with your index finger, or you tug your ear, or perhaps you put moose antlers on your head using your thumbs and fingers. Whatever one you want to do, you do that, and everybody else at the table has to mimic you. The last person to do so has to draw a card. So as you can see, this requires you to pay attention to the cards being played, not only on your turn, but on everyone's turn. And you also have to pay attention to what other people are doing in case this card is played. The last card I'm going to go over with you guys is the swap card. Now, the swap card is really cool, but it can also be really frustrating because what the swap card lets you do, you could guess, it lets you swap your hand with someone else. So let's say you have a whole bunch of cards in your hand and another player across the table maybe has only 1 or 2 cards. You can play that swap card and you can exchange hands with that person, allowing you to go from worst to first, just like that. There are also wild cards in the game and all sorts of different other numbers and colors and symbols, but that's pretty much the gist of it. Now, you're probably asking, why is it called Knock Knock? Well, in this game, whenever you have played your second to last card and you're left with only 1 card, you have to knock the table twice before someone else beats you to it and knocks the table before you do. In which case, as you can guess, you would have to draw another card. And that's pretty much the game. If you are able to play all the cards from your hand, you win the game and you are the winner of Knock Knock. Hey there, I'm Lance.
I'm Sam.
And we are Love to Hate. We're going to share our thoughts on Knock Knock real quick. Sam, I'll let you go first. What do you think about this game?
I love this game. I think it's wonderful. It's kind of like Uno on steroids. Some people may say, Uno, but it has that feeling, taking turns, trying to get cards out of your hand, but it adds so much more to that. It is a fun game. We've played it with family and friends now. I think we've probably played it over 30 times at this point.
I was thinking probably 50 times, quite honestly, because we've had this game for about 2 to 3 weeks now. And like you said, we played it with friends and family. And guys, every time we play it with somebody, they always ask, can we play it again?
Yeah.
Can we play it again? Can we play it again? Can we play it again? And so much so that I'm thinking I need to get sleeves for the cards in this game, because there is a lot of shuffling, there is a lot of dealing. That may be the only negative to this game, because you're going to wear the cards out playing it so much. But it brings such a blast in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, I really like that. It's a lot shorter than Uno, I feel like. It's 3 to 5 minutes around, and the cards that they came up with are just awesome. It's so much fun.
Yeah, they're very unique. They play real well off one another, because that mute card, you'll play it, and then the person who played it, they could get skipped, or it could get reversed, or someone else could play it.
Not even paying attention.
Right.
We played with my brother. He had no idea.
He played a slap card and didn't even slap. He was lost. But he still loved it. He kept wanting to play it time and time again.
It definitely has that competitive, but it's so quick and you get to another round so quickly that you're not heartbroken when you lose.
Right.
You just want to play again and try, and every time we've played, everyone's won at least once.
Yeah. And you guys, this is a game with those swap cards. This is a game that can turn on a dime. You might have 10 cards and you get a swap card and you can swap it with somebody that has 2 cards or 1 card. And, for some people out there, they might think, well, that's pretty luck-based, and, what fun is there in that? It is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This
is a game that's going to come with us to every trip, every vacation.
Yeah. It's definitely not one that you would say is the star of the night. That's going to be the one that you play 2 hours, 3 hours, but it's definitely one that is going to leave a lot of memories with a lot of people, because it is so much fun. It's so much jam-packed intensity in such a small package.
It's easy to get a lot of people involved in too. It can play up to 10.
Yes.
Lots of different ages. We haven't played it with our kids yet, but I think at least our 8-year-old would get it pretty quickly. Parents that maybe aren't quite board game savvy, they can get this. So I feel like
You can play this with your mom, you can play this with your grandma, you can play this with your son, daughter. I mean, it says on the box ages 10 and up, but honestly, you could play this with younger than 10.
Yeah.
And it also says 5 to 15 minutes. It's more like 3 to 7 minutes, maybe, at that. But it is every bit as fun as what we're telling you it is.
Everyone needs it on their shelf.
Yeah, quite a great little game here. So I don't even know if I need to ask this question, but Sam, is this a game that you would recommend playing with non-gamers?
I think this is my number 1 game to play with a non-gamer, at least just to start them out, like to show them that there is more than just the games that are at Walmart. There is more to board games and card games than what.
Honestly, this should be in every big box store instead of those other card games that you see on the shelf that just plain stink. That give board games a bad name. This corrects so much of what those mass market games out there have done. This should be on every shelf in every store. Try this game out. Scale of 1 to 10, love to hate. What do you give this game?
This is 9.8.
9.8. Wow. I would give this probably an 8.8, and the reason why maybe I'm a little bit lower, it takes probably the first game or two to have everybody at the table understand what all the cards do. And so you will want to play it 2 or 3 times to really get into it and get the ball rolling. That first game, everybody might be like, okay, what does the little question mark mean? What does the mute do again? So you'll want to play it 1 or 2 times to make sure everybody's on the same page. But once you get to that point, it's great. It really is. So this comes with high marks from love to hate. We really recommend this game. Go check it out. This is Knock Knock from Trinity Craft Games. They're coming out with a second printing of this in the near future, so check that out. I'm Lance.
I'm Sam.
And we are Love to Hate. We'll catch you next time.